Hello everyone, so this is where I share my whispers and I hope one of them finds you today. If you saw me from a year or so ago, you'd clearly be able to tell the difference between that girl and this me right here. And no, I'm not talking about looks and all because most of my life I've looked like this only. The difference I'm talking about is confidence. And there are these few small habits that completely changed how I see myself. So I'll be sharing them with you today. You see me now sitting in front of the camera talking like it's my second nature, but the girl I used to be a year or two ago, she used to avoid coming in front of the camera or taking pictures without applying makeup or putting filters on because let's be honest, she didn't like how she looked naturally at all. Now, I'm not saying putting on filters or makeup is wrong. I do those now as well, of course. Why wouldn't I? But I don't hate myself in the process anymore. Now, my reason behind applying makeup is that I wanna enhance my beauty a bit more. I put on filters because I wanna make the pics Instagram worthy and not because I don't like what I'm seeing at the raw picture. And that's how my girls y'all should process too. And now the question is how, right? How are you all supposed to do it? How do you not feel self conscious every time you look at the mirror or at a raw picture of yourself? How do you walk into a room like you want it instead of overthinking about a bunch of what ifs? So, the first thing you will need to do is never ever down talk yourself. Yes, you could be having the shittiest day possible. You come home after a long day and may not look the prettiest you have ever been. But I'm repeating again, never ever say anything downgrading to yourself. You are what you think you are. If you continuously tell yourself that you are the worst person to exist, that you can't do anything right, that you are ugly, you are unknowingly creating that kind of a negative aura around you. And you start attracting those worst things towards you. Even if something good happens in your life, your brain is gonna find a way to minimize your accomplishments or make it seem like an embarrassment because that's how you have programmed it already. Your brain won't be able to fathom something good can happen to you too because you are always reminding it how worse your life is or how everything always goes wrong with you. So it believes that yeah, this girl is really miserable. Anything good happening to her? She seems happy? How could she be? She must always be the miserable girl that she talks about in her head, right? So let's just find a way to invalidate her happiness and make her feel like she's worthy of none of it. Yes, that's how it works. So instead, just talk to yourself like a friend who just had a bad day. Remind yourself that it's okay. It's okay to not be able to give your best every day. It's okay to be tangled up in the maze inside your head for a day or two. One bad day or one bad phrase doesn't define who you are or what your potential is. Tell yourself that I'm strong enough to push through this. I'm strong enough to wake up tomorrow and start fresh again. I'm strong enough to win. And victory won't come in a day, but one day it definitely will. And you will automatically notice the shift in your energy. Your words shape your world. So choose them wisely. And secondly, stop comparing yourself. No matter what you are doing, there will always be someone who does it better than you, who have been doing it for longer, who have worked very hard to be where they are today. And the last thing you should be doing is comparing your beginner ass to them and feel like a failure instead of actually respecting them and their dedication. You shouldn't want to become someone else. The only person you should wanna be is the best version of yourself. And you can only do that when you realize you are your only competitor. The only person whom you should challenge every day is yourself. And also, there will always be someone who looks better than you according to the fragile standard system set by the society. And let's be honest, comparison is the founder of insecurities. At first, you are like, oh, she's so pretty, her hair, skin, life is so much better than mine. And the next second, you are like, why am I not like her? No one would ever look at me like they look at her. Why am I so different and ugly? Because everyone is meant to look different, you silly. Everyone is meant to be different. God could have made all of us look the same if He wanted to. That would have saved Him some time as well, but He didn't, right? Because all of us are meant to be different. All of us are meant to go on different paths, explore different things, experience different and new things, and build different identities for ourselves. And being different doesn't mean being bad. It just means refusing to meet the fragile standards set by the society. And that's completely fine. Why would you let those standards hold you back from seeing your real worth or from cherishing every part of yourself just because they are yours? And if you want to transform something about yourself, then that's completely fine too. As long as you are doing it for yourself and not for others. If you want to transform something about yourself, you can, but you shouldn't be hating yourself in the process. You should go through the transformation because you want to, not because it's required to fit the society's beauty standards. Think of that transformation as an addition to your already existing beauty. Something that you did for yourself and not for those judgy eyes waiting outside the door. And don't even let yourself begin with the comparison. Whenever you find yourself going, oh, she's so pretty, instead of turning that into a competition and comparison, think, yes, she's pretty, but I'm pretty too. Both of us are beautiful. Turn that into a compliment for yourself as well. Thirdly, speak up and start. And by that, I don't mean go out of your way to mingle with thousands of people and ruin your pace. Especially if you're an introvert like me, don't do that. What I'm saying is speak up for yourself and be vocal about the things that you want. Don't hold yourself back because others are too good at it already, or you'll never be as good as them, because just as I said earlier, you are supposed to be your only competitor, and you shouldn't kill your own wishes because you are afraid of being embarrassing. Start messy. Nobody starts perfect. Like, look at me. I'm not perfect yet, far from it actually. But I know I will be perfect if I stay consistent. You know why? Because I trust my potential. And I'm not here trying to be better than someone else, but trying to be better than the person I was last week or last month. So speak up and start. If you don't do that, no one else is gonna do that for you. Ever. You are the only one who can take action for yourself. And it's your responsibility to do so. We live only once, and you should know better than to just waste it by living under someone else's shadows. Start over those things that people call just a hobby, but in reality, they were your only escape, your only source of peace. Even if they called it lame or said that there is no future for it. If you can't prioritize your own goals or things that you love and stand strong with it, you'll never be able to gain that confidence that makes you stand out among others. You can't just sit there and wait for the confidence to arrive. You build it by beginning. So yeah, these are the few small initial steps that you can take that will not only strengthen your confidence but will also take you closer to your dreams. And I know, at first it's gonna feel like these are just silly, and it might even take quite a few tries for you to actually successfully take these steps. But trust me, once you do, the better and stronger version of yourself will know how much it was worth it.